Alright, hello, welcome again, City Heroes Video Tours. It's the year 2026, the month is February, and the spring event is up and running. That's a good thing. Another yearly event with limited time badges to get. And we're going to see about getting them on this video for you. Now, you can see my previous videos for spring events as well. The spring event was updated in 2025 last year to add a new mission to it, which of course added a bunch of new badges. This year, 2026, the spring event has not, I repeat, not been modified from last year. So, no new badges this year, which is good. So, here we are. One of the badges to get is called Handsome or Beautiful, depending on the gender of your character. That unlocks DJ Zero up there. As a contact, it gives you the Snaptooth missions. To obtain the badge that unlocks him, which also unlocks Valentine tip mission drops, by the way, you're going to have to team up with another character of the opposite alignment. That's how it was back on live, that's how it is now. Luckily now, flipping alignments is a lot easier thanks to good old Null the Gull. So, we don't have to worry about that. To get the missions, we have two different contacts. Here's the blue side contact, Ganymede. Over here for the red siders, Scratch. Which I can't talk to because I'm with the blue side Vigilante Persuasion right now. They each offer two missions. The first one is the Prelude, the second one is the one where you gotta have the person with the opposite alignment. So, the first mission you can go ahead and solo. The first mission he offers is clearing out a council base. Nothing too unusual about that, but the purpose there is to find the right glow and get some intel. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we are in the second mission of the blue side. Here we have the target block. This is the target box we gotta destroy, but we need to have a teammate who is of the opposite alignment to walk up and click it with their mouse. My drone account is, of course, in here and ready to go. To get to this level of the map, you gotta find the named boss, take them down in the guards, and you get the key. Real simple. After that, the person of the opposite alignment moves on up and smashes it. Mission ends. Then you gotta do this again with a red side mission that forces the red side mission owner to be teamed up with someone of the blue variety. Do both and you will have the badge. My drone account is en route. It is, of course, off camera. My drone accounts always remain safely anonymous. Ta-da! And done. So the red sire destroyed that lockbox. Okay. Moment, please. Alright. Also, doing each of those missions gave me a Valentine tip drop. There's two badges for these Valentines. One is to deliver 7 to the proper person, another one is to misdeliver 7 to other people. It is best if you are Vigilante or Rogue when you run the tips, because they could be blue, they could be red, or they could be Praetorian destinations. In this case, how about that? They're both Praetorian. Well, that's no problem. One is to Ivy and Neutropolis, the other one is over to Imperial. Moment, please. Okay, here's a quick way to get to Ivy in Nootropolis. The first Nootropolis story arc, she's the contact. Great. Set flashback mode. Tap crystal, teleport right to the contact. By the way, it's completely random what the Valentine will be where you have to go. There's no set pattern. And now we quit out of task force mode. So now I can click her. Ta-da! First delivery complete. By the way, there is no badge tracking meter for the Valentine tip deliveries. You have to track them yourself. Been that way since live. Nightstar in Imperial City. Okay, moment please. Okay, and here we are having traveled over to Nightstar. That's 2 out of 7 regular deliveries. It is always good when you do the Valentine stuff in Pocket D to check your tips. You can only have 3 maximum of the Valentine tips, so as soon as you build up to 2 or 3, go run them. Just get them out of the way ASAP, that way you can keep on getting more and rack up those 2 badges. Moment, please. Okay, here we are. We're on Mission 2 of the Red Side Contact Scratch. Mission 1 involves going through a map of Circle of Thorns. For that one, you just gotta find and wipe out the boss Terragol. That's all you gotta do on that one. Doing that unlocks this mission, to take down the Mystical Cauldron. It can only be destroyed by someone of the blue side variety. So, it's a red side mission, but to finish it, you need a blue sider. Just like the blue sider mission, you have to have a red sider on the team to finish it. Just come up to the cauldron and give it a click. Be right back. Okay, I now have unlocked DJ Zero on this character. With that badge right there. If I was a female character, it'd be called Beautiful. With that badge right there. If I was a female character, it'd be called Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a look at the Valentine tips. Oh, doing those 2 missions gave me 2 tips. Let's go do them. The Diabolique in First Ward. And this one is to Minx. Alright. To base. To First Ward. Ah, yes, right. She is up at the top of the tower. Alright, not a problem. So let's go to her and make a delivery. I'd like to see a Hamida that's out and about, too. I'll have to form a team and smash it later. Alright. So that's done. Also, every time you do the deliveries, you do get Arrow of Romance and Arrow of Jealousy temp powers. Getting the Handsome Beautiful badge gives you the Nectar, which we'll just take right out of the tray. We don't have any great use for it. Now the other one is to Minx in Skyway. Perfect. She just happens to be right next to Synapse. So a little LFG. And there's Minx. Okay, done deal. And here's my base to go right back to Pocket D. Okay, back in Pocket D, we're going to talk to DJ Zero. Now here's the thing, you can call upon him a total of 10 times to get the Snaptooth mission. 10 times. That's not bad. Here's the better part too. That's 10 times all year. So let's say you don't use up all 10 during the Valentine's event. Great. You can still call upon him when the event's over, and it's been that way since live. So that way you can always multi-box new alts through this to get the badges from it if you want to. But again, it's only 10 times total. Alrighty. Also, beating the mission will give you a Valentine mission tip as well. There he is. Yep. In this mission from DJ Zero, Snaptooth does burrow underground and come back up a total of twice. So you gotta smash him 3 times for it to count as 1 defeat to end the mission. Not a problem. Now he's actually a small challenge. Unlike Winter Event, where you can just deck him once, and he doesn't burrow underground, then you can rescue Baby New Year. Oh look, did my energy melee stun him? Oh gee, that's too bad for him. By the way, if you're really feeling up to it, you could put this mission on 8 spawn, smash Snaptooth, and then sit back and take care of all the ambushing red caps for defeat badge progress on the red caps. Think about that. Okay, Partygoer badge. There we are. Okay. Now we're gonna go run this again. Oh, while I'm here, the Toothbreaker badge. That's for being Snaptooth 5 times. You can use the DJ Zero missions for this, but you have to run it 5 times with DJ Zero. Because beating him those 3 times I just did only counts as 1 defeat. It is far more efficient to use the Baby New Year mission of the Winter Event to get Toothbreaker. Because in that one, you only gotta beat him once, and then you could reset that mission without taking Baby New Year out, go back in and repeat the process 4 more times for a total of 5, and easily get Toothbreaker, which also gives a Red Cap Gladiator badge too. So however you want to do it's up to you, Spring Event or Winter Event. Those are the only 2 times in the year you can get Toothbreaker. No other way to do it. So remember that. Okay, let's head out. Okay, here we are. We're going to go for the second badge from this mission, known as Heart of Light. Or if you go red side, it'll become Heart of Darkness. And change back again once you change your alignments back. And I've already got the aforereferenced Toothbreaker badge from the Winter Event, because in my own opinion, that's more efficient for getting the badge. See my video that I made earlier during the Winter Event of 2025. That shows you how you can rack up the Winter Event badges, including Toothbreaker. So Toothbreaker has the unique distinction of being both a Spring and a Winter Event badge. Choose how you want to get it. Either run DJ Zero's mission 5 times and and get it that way, or winter event. If you are going to do the DJ Zero mission, though, I do suggest you turn the spawn rate up to 8 and work on defeating all the red cap ambushes. About 3 to 4 runs of that, and you just might walk away with the defeat 333 red caps defeat badge. Okay, he's done, and I got 2 more tips to run. Hooray! So we're going to get those out of the way. So for now, this character's done running the Snaptooth missions. I'll run them again later. Okay, this one's in Granville, which is why I did tell you earlier to be a vigilante or a rogue. That way you can access all the zones. Be right back. Okay. Granville, no problem. If I was red side and had the map badge from this zone that unlocks the television as a contact, then I could have used Ouroboros flashback crystal like I did with Ivy and jumped right to the television. But that's okay, it's a short trip. Okay, that's 5 deliveries. 7 is needed. Whoop, and the zone's under a zombie attack at the moment. Next one, I gotta go back to Minxon Skyway. It's a repeat delivery, but that's okay. We're just gonna get there the fast way. So long, zombies. Ta-da! That's 6. Now back to Pocket D. Okay, here we are. Now we're going to do the mission to revive Red Widow. This is who you would talk to if you were a red side alignment. But I'm blue, so we get to talk to her. Jessica Megan Duncan, better known as Ms. Liberty. Okay. Alright, to Krotoa. Can I LFG there? Nope, can't do that. Too bad, that'd be pretty quick. Okay, back to base for the teleport. Be right back. If you have the Katie Hannon task force unlocked in Krotoa, you could just LFG right to her, and you'd be very close to the contact that I have to talk to. No big deal. It's a quick trip. And I always did prefer flight over teleport for traveling, but that's just me. Okay. Doing much better. Jets off. Okay. You need for resurrection, say 2. Per her instructions, you need 3, actually. So there's that. Okay. Okay, this comment here about someone being foolish enough to use their own blood, and you get the vials of blood instead. That's a change, because back on live, and I believe for the first year of Homecoming, you actually did have to use your own blood. You actually had to donate your own blood during the ritual process to bring Red Widow back. However, it's been updated for modern times and modern sensibilities, so you're given blood to use, so you don't have to basically cut yourself and use your own blood. That's fine. If you don't believe me, you can always go check out my previous videos from Live and Homecoming for Spring Event. Now we gotta go to Independence Port. We're gonna go the fast route. Now we go to Brickstown. Hey, look what's nearby. The transit. We'll see where the mission's at. You could mission transport to it if you want, but no need. It's random where the door is at. In this case, the door is pretty close, so no need to waste mission transport. Besides, you could use mission transport and teen transport later on this story arc too, which would be a far better decision. Okay, 2 glowies and a boss to smash. The map is always random, and okay, it's not an awful map. Glowy number 1, perfect. Okay, here's the boss target. Very nice. Ah, how convenient. It lights up where the last glowie's at. Again, it's random what map you get, but what you get, you're stuck with, so, okay. And by the way, don't waste a 3-day mission autocomplete on this stuff. Not worth the bother. Unless your character is really squishy. And, whoop, we have a tip mission! That's a good thing. Because I gotta go back to Pocket D to talk to her, and as fortune would have it, this one I know from experience is in Pocket D. Alright, so first things first. We're gonna knock the delivery one out of the way. Yep, that's number 7, Matchmaker. Perfect. Also, here's the 2 badges from the Snaptooth missions. Toothbreaker was obtained during winter. So we're doing quite well. Alright. Now I can start misdelivering the Valentines to get the other one. And again, it takes 7. But the good news is this. You can run DJ Zero's mission all year until you burn up all 10 tries. If you have a drone account with all that unlocked, you could always do that too. Also, doing regular mission content throughout the year might get you some Valentine tip drops as well. Always check your tip tab, see if you have any to run. You can have a max of 3. So, let's go talk to Ms. Liberty, y'all. And this next mission here is in Pocket D. We gotta get Red Widow revived. She's Lord Recluse's deceased girlfriend. The plan on the part of Miss Liberty for Red Widow coming back is that maybe Lord Recluse will take a chill pill and calm down a notch. And maybe reassess his life. We should be so lucky, huh? We never did find out on live before the lights went out if Lord Recluse would change his ways, and we have yet to find out on Homecoming. That storyline has not really proceeded yet. Okay, so here we are. We start the ritual. We start with the obols. We put one in. Now we gotta improvise, we gotta use the blood. Then we put the Amber Widow. Then the last 2 obols. And then the bottle to contain the dying breath. By the way, feel free to pause the video to read all this stuff as I've been clicking through it. She's back. Only she's got a bit of a homicidal rage towards Lord Recluse at the moment that we're going to have to deal with. Also, she somehow has become linked to me, and if I don't sever that link, I could die, and so could she again. It's like, wait a minute. Can't have that. So the storyline's not over yet. Most annoying. Do we have any Valentine tips? We'll find out. Yes, we do. To Lady Grey. No problemo. We'll take care of that in a moment, but right now I got to take care of the missions here in Pocket D first. And maybe pick up an extra Valentine tip along the way. By the way, this is also a change from live. Used to be, to learn about Cupid and his bow and arrow, you had to go talk to DJ Zero. Long since been changed where Mercedes Sheldon is the person to talk to now. By the way, back on live, and you can go watch my earlier videos from live, the dialogue from DJ Zero implies that he is Cupid. Doesn't directly come out and say it, but the implication is there. In fact, before I go into the mission here, hang on. Let's go up here and just take a look at DJ Zero. Here he is. Floating in the air, constantly smiling. Promoting peace and love and cooperation between the two factions. Sounds like something Cupid might do. Just saying. Okay, for this we got a boss to take down. This is a Carney map. You could always find master illusionists in here and farm them for the illusions that they spawn, but we're not here for that. And there's plenty of Carney missions in the game that you can use, so... she's a master illusionist as well. Okay. Easily defeated. Oh, shucks. And as long as I am here, let's do some couple quick taps of damage. Okay. Now they can despawn, and I'll get 3 ticks on that defeat badge. As long as I'm in the neighborhood, right? Okay. Now we gotta go to Brickstown. Oh joy. But before we do... Lady Grey and RWZ, huh? No problem. Oh, Lady Grey Task Force. What do you know? We'll just jump right to her. And that's one missed delivery down. Did I get any other new tip missions? Nope. Most unfortunate, but okay. Slight misclick on the barrier, no big deal. Okay. This is a mission where you could get some gamma tank progress on that badge, but we're not here for that. We'll probably pick up a little progress along the way in the fight. Yep, case in point. So let's get him out of the way now. Oh no, she's got reinforcements. Boo-hoo. Aha. Mm-hmm. Appears she has more guards than I thought. Okay. There we go. Oop, got a tip mission. And that'll take me to Pocket D as well, even on the mist delivery if I remember correctly, so that's good. Yep, that'll work just fine. War Witch is in Pocket D, and so is the last mission we gotta do for this. Okay. Mission checked and set, and... or I could long range teleport, doesn't matter which. But this puts me right at the door, so hallelujah. Okay. There's Cupid's bow right there. That's what we needed in the end. But first, 3 assassins and guards to take down. Now only 2. They're randomly placed on the map, so they could all be up front, they could be scattered, they could all be in the back. The map itself doesn't change, but the placement of the targets is random, so nothing you can do. Just go through the map and find them. However, it's just the assassins and then Red Widow. This is not a clear-all. Don't turn it into one. That's a waste of time. Alright. Now you gotta shoot her with Cupid's bow to calm her down and save both your life and hers. But before you can shoot her, if I shoot her now, that does no good. First, we gotta start the fight. A little throwing dagger. There you go. Now the fight started, and we shoot with the bow, and hallelujah. Cupid's bow will disappear from my inventory now also. Yep, she's chilled out and back to normal. Okay, hallelujah. Got another tip mission. Good. Alright, and that'll give you the Widowmaker badge once you call it in and talk to her one last time. There it is. Okay, we got a War Witch here for this delivery. And done. Okay. Bobcat in Imperial City. Well, there's a couple ways. I could Ouroboros Crystal right to her, or I could take this portal right here. To the Pocket D counterpart in Pretoria. And there's Bobcat. Hey, how about that? And then we'll just take the portal right on back to Pocket D. Problem solved. Okay. So we still got about 3 more missed deliveries roughly to do. That's fine. But now we gotta do the content that they added last year. To go back and observe the wedding of Sister Psyche and Manticore, which of course there'll be combat. Anyway, here we are. Sigil is the blue side contact and Cadabra is red side. You gotta do this twice as blue and 3 times as red, and then you gotta go for a 6th run for the Chaos badge. Yeah. Also, this mission is not exactly known for paying out Valentine delivery tips. Most unfortunate, but okay. So, Sigil, here we are. You can also see my previous video from last year for this if you want, but we're going to do it again this year. So first things first, for the first badge, we start the ceremony. Positron's going to jibber-jabber about the vows of matrimony, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to stand right here and hog the spotlight a little bit, because gotta get that first badge. Yeah. That's the first badge for being booted off the stage. Down in front. Okay. Now we're going to bring up his menu of choices again. And we're going to go ahead and spawn a little surprise or 2. Or 3. Skip the rest of the ceremony, because the ceremony is going to be interrupted anyway. Barrier up from my spawns as well as the NPCs, and we go to Tamar. There's also the defeat badges, Villain Disruptor and Hero Slayer, which you can easily harvest from these missions. Villain Disruptor for defeating 25 of the named villains. Hey, guess what you're fighting in here? Named villains. How about that? If it doesn't register on this run, we'll get it on the next run for sure. What good does that badge do? It unlocks you the ability to run all the safeguard missions in Steel Canyon. How about that? Built in knockback protection, I still get knocked out. Speaking of the badge, it just unlocked, so that's Villain Disruptor for me. When I do this as red side, I'll be able to easily obtain the Hero Slayer badge. for 25 named heroes. The premise of the mission is that Kadabra and Sigil are arguing over how the wedding went. Well, apparently their memories are clouded because of temporal interference, which we're kind of dealing with here. Also this one here, 2 out of 14. 5 signature villains, and then 9 signature heroes to defeat for that badge. That's why I said you gotta run this twice as blue side and 3 times as red. Luckily they put a script in this when they built this mission that prevents repeat spawns. So I face Recluse, Shirako, and Scorpion. The next run I'm guaranteed to have Mako and Ghostwing. The third one will be a repeat, but that's okay, because I will face all 5. See? That's 3. Now who we got left here? Choose your reward, and move out. Now we get to go again. Good thing last year they realized the slight design error and moved Kadabra, Sigil, and that crystal to where they're at now. They were in a very bad spot last year when this first came up. Okay. Skip the ceremony. Oh no, I'm trapped in a hole. Big deal. She's still defeated. I'm not. And I still have the badge too. Always nice. And done. The third wave will show up and I'll be a repeat villain. You know what? I'm not going to spend my time fighting that. We're going to exit out. By the way, if you get defeated and go to the hospital, you leave the mission. You'll appear in Pocket D and you have to jump back into the crystal. Okay. Alright, moment please. We'll just call another contact, set up another mission, that way I can abandon. And abandon. Ta-da! Done. So that's twice I've done it on blue. Again. Didn't need to fight the third villain because that would have been a repeater. Now I gotta do this as a red sider. This is the badge you get when you complete it the first time on blue side. Okay, so I need 9 more, which means 3 more times on this, defeating all 3 signature heroes that pop. Hooray. Bring up his menu, you can fall back and the menu won't close, that's perfect. Nothing wrong with a little extra firepower. And my pets. And along the way, we should be getting the Hero Slayer badge as well. Oh, what do you know? Just got it. That unlocks the contact from Import Oaks, where I can run all the Mayhem missions. But I put the Mayhem in the safeguard as kind of the bottom. It's nice to have the contacts open. You can get those badges normally throughout gameplay. It takes a little bit longer. This once-a-year mission is a beautiful way to get them quickly unlocked. So frankly, don't stop doing this until you get both those badges. It's too good of a bonus opportunity to pass up. But you saw how fast they changed, so it won't take you long. Okay, doing good. Sister Psyche. Okay, so Citadel, then Psyche. By the way, it's random. Again, there is a no repeat script in effect, which, by the way, that no repeat script was tested on this last year and then ported over to the MOMI trial. That's why the Nightmare Defeat badge is now so much quicker to get from that trial. So, Homecoming? Thank you. And here's the third wave. Hey, it's Miss Liberty. By the way, Statesman is among the attack waves, so you will have to face him in this. However, these are just EVs, they're not AVs, so they're not impossible to defeat. Just some AT power sets can do it a little bit quicker than others, case in point. Plus, you've got all these NPCs fighting alongside you. Keep them protected, buffed, healed. And these battles really aren't that bad. Which is why it's always a beautiful thing to have barriers slotted for one of your incarnate powers. But that's just my own. Okay, we'll take a prism. And we'll take a hike and get the mission again. Hooray! And just to double check, no Valentine tips. Most regrettable. The other story arc and the Cupid Unlocked missions all pay a Valentine tip. You think these would too, but oh well. No big deal. Oh, deja vu. Feels like I've done this before. Nemesis plot. Now that I've done this on blue and red, I can get that. I have that option. We're not taking that yet. That's last. We'll explain about that later. So once again, let's conjure up a little firepower. Oops. Got that up. There we are. We skip the ceremony and jump right to the fight. I've never seen this yet pay out any Valentine tips. Oh well. No. Oops, who do we have here? Why, it's the one and only deceased statesman. Hey! Of course, this wedding occurs before he was killed off, so allegedly he would be here. Oh no, he popped his tier 9. Too bad on here it's nowhere near the threat that it is on the classic Republic Strike Force. Down he goes! Badge tick. Oh, there's Manticore. Explains why I couldn't see him at first. That's the so-called Master of Stealth. And he's down. Dash tick. So who's left? Dr. Advance. Hey, back alley brawl. to see. Your energy melee versus mine. For reference, this is an electrical armor energy melee tank. And I'd say he's doing that. And down he goes. Okay. One more. Again, menu up. Not taking the Nemesis plot, that comes after this run. And since this will be the quote-unquote final run, I'm bringing out the big firepower. Up. That's now on attack mode. Just keep on taking these guys apart. Oop, first attack rolls here. Synapse. Forward that's locked on one. Which, if my memory serves, that means Positron is going to last. That singularity is mildly annoying. Yep, one left. Yay. Yep, Positron, perfect. Lock down more guts. Got 3 minutes left on them, that's that? The Officiator Badge for defeating all 14 of the signature hero AVs. Yay. I could leave the reward menu open and wait 20 hours. I don't think I'll do that. Just get rid of one. And take a random replacement. So I bet you think we're done. Nope. Remember that little other option that I said we're going to skip and wait for? Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're blue or red for this one. Okay. So we're back. Okay. We're going to choose the Nemesis option. Now, the beauty about this whole thing is nothing happens till I pick 1 to 3. Nemesis plot. Okay. You can easily solo this and get the badge. Or you can form up a team, preferably of 8, fully buffed up and ready to go. Because then you get to face all the heroes, all the villains, and then, oh, you just might be facing Nemesis as well. And aside from the badge, you'll get the Nemesis Horse Vanity Pet if you do that. I myself do not prioritize the Vanity Pets on all my characters. So, the horse means nothing to me on this. We're not going to go for it on this run. You want it, you form up a team, you do this on red and blue side to get that Nemesis plot option unlocked, and you be ready for a heck of a fight. Remember to have your signature summons, your backup radios, your lore pets, barrier, etc. And you're going to have to face again everybody. So, up to you if you really want that Nemesis horse pet or not. This is the only way to get it, so it's up to you. But to just get the badge, Nemesis plot, glory to Nemesis. The badge is dinged. That's it. Chaos Spiel. And now we're out of there. Alright. Let's take a look at our badge tracker here. DJ Zero Snaptooth missions done. The unlock badge to get Snaptooth, or DJ Zero rather, done. Toothbreaker was done during winter. 7 regular deliveries, done. Still gotta work on the missed deliveries. Still need about 4 or 5 of those. Widowmaker for the revival of Red Widow. Best Man for completing Sigil's mission once. Wedding Crasher for doing Kadabra's mission once. Officiator for beating all 14 of the signature villains and heroes. Again, you gotta do Sigils twice and Kadabra 3 times to get that badge. Down in front. Stay in front of the Positron until you get kicked off the stage of the wedding. Chaos Spiel. That's the badge for the Nemesis choice. Just pick that option and then get out. You don't need to fight that whole mission. There's no need. So I still gotta do some missed deliveries. So I'm gonna go do some DJ Zero missions. Be right back. Okay. And quickly did the Snaptooth 3 times, and I got myself 3 tip missions to go ahead and harvest. We'll pop into Granville. Okay, that's another missed delivery down. Yeah, this next one's to Neuron, so I'm going to make the Ouroboros jump and go right to him. if it'll set the mission. Ah. Okay, little glitch, but now it's set. And we're off to the run. Right at him. Quit the task force. Now I can do the delivery. Done. Now the next one, board transit. I could go to Ouroboros. But instead, I'm going to warp to Citadel. That puts me both by a transit and my SG portal for a quick jump back to Pocket D. As I think I'll have to do 1 or 2 more tips after this to lock down the badge. Hey, there he is. And done. Oh yeah. Also farmed out Catbuster while I was doing the missions as well. Yeah, it looks like I need about 2 more misdeliveries. Be right back. Okay, so we got 2 more tip missions. And we'll see if that's enough to finish the misdelivery badge. Atlas Park and board transit. Okay. This will work out real well. I try to efficiently set up the travel pattern, so I just boarded transit. Oh, much better, much better, much better. There it is. And done. Exit out. Slide over to Atlas Park. Oop. Oh, misconnection. That was the 7th and final one I needed. I don't need to do this other one, so that's good. Alright, so let's take a quick badge review one more time. Here's the 2 from doing the DJ0 Snaptooth missions. This is the badge for doing the team up with other alignments to get the DJ0 unlocked in the first place. Toothbreaker. Beat Snaptooth 5 times, either via the DJ0 missions or preferably with the Baby New Year Winter Event mission. Deliver 7 Valentines. Misdeliver 7 Valentines. Complete the story arc and phone it in after you resurrect and take care of Red Widow for that badge. Beat Sigil's story arc once with that new mission for this. Beat Cadabra's arc once for that same mission to get this. All 14 of the signature hero and villains. You gotta take them all down. So that's Sigil twice, Cadabra 3 times. Down in front. Keep standing in front of Positron after you start the wedding ceremony and eventually get warped off the stage. Finish it on red and blue, and then you can go back for one more go-round where you can choose the Nemesis option and get the Chaos badge right away and then leave. Or do that with a full team and get the Nemesis Horse Vanity Pet if you want. Alright. That is all of the spring event badges. So this all's done with spring, winter, and Halloween now. Not too shabby. Alright, well folks, that's how you do it. I hope you enjoyed. As always, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, and that's just going to be a cut, a print, and a wrap. I'll see you on the next video, and as always, turn your computer off and go outside and play for a while.